Good evening and welcome to Healthy Living with Marilyn. We're doing it a little bit different tonight for people who are on Facebook. We want to welcome you all, and that's why this is live. It's not Memorex. My water fell over. I just don't like it sitting on its side. And we are doing YouTube, but we are recording it because Michael can't be with us tonight. He's on a conference. He's in Indiana at a conference, so we wish him a lot of luck and
Michael,
hope.
we miss you.
We miss you, Michael. We miss you a lot. So, but I want to welcome everybody to Healthy Living with Marilyn. This is our 9th episode.
Wow.
Our 9th episode.
It's like giving the birth.
I know.
9 months.
Only it's been 9. It's been, what, 10 weeks?
10 weeks,
12, 11 weeks, yeah.
Let's hope the delivery is pain-free.
Yes, pain-free, really. So we are having a nice evening. It's not raining and thundering and storming like it was last night. Thank goodness. I am so glad. That was kind of rough. Mm-hmm. For anybody who was out there, I hope that you were safe and you made it home safely. A couple weeks ago, I got stuck out in the hailstones. Wow. I was in a hail, and I was really close to home, but I finally made it home. But here we are in my den, and we've got Shawnee's over on what she's helping us with all keeping our time and keeping us organized. She's my administrative assistant. And my wonderful husband here is doing the audio, which we really don't have audio right now because we're just doing it on Facebook and we're recording it on YouTube. So I'm really excited about that. We're just doing something this week.
Technology, so many ways to go.
So many ways to go. Well, I want to tell you, I'm so happy that Josi, my co-host, has been able to grace us this evening again.
I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Well, I appreciate it. And I missed you this week, even though we talked on the phone a little bit, you know. It was fun to just talk on the phone and get together. So, for a while, we've only been able to see each other on Thursdays because we've been busy. Life is busy right now with grandkids and schools getting out. And,
oh, my. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of
yesterday
stuff.
was a day of shoveling. I was shoveling kids back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth all day long.
Really?
All week long, yeah, because different activities. Everybody's having awards programs, different times, and, recitals and
just everything.
It's good.
Just everything.
It's good to be GMA.
Yeah, it is. It is. I had a heck of a day yesterday with Jacob, but I made it through the evening. So it is what it is. We all have our bad days. So today was a better day.
Good.
Which was good. And I want to introduce, and thank you for being with us again, Josi. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for inviting me always. I love it.
I love that you are able to come and you are just such a support. I appreciate it. And I want to introduce our guest, who I've known it seems like I've known her forever and ever, Judy Richards, who is also my business partner. And I want to congratulate Judy for the amazement she did by getting our website up online.
Yeah, I was so proud of myself.
Yes, it was absolutely a dream come true. She really worked on it hard, and one day I said, "There's a button that says publish." And I think she pressed that one, and
it was live.
She called me up and she says, "Marilyn, I think it's live." And I said, "Okay, let me check." And we started screaming on the phone. I mean, like two little schoolgirl kids,
It was so wonderful.
But I want to tell you, Judy is like, if I laugh with anybody, she's the one I laugh with the most. The absolute most. And we laugh so hard sometimes, my stomach hurts.
Me too. We have fun.
We do. We laugh a lot. So.
Laughter is healthy.
And it's the best medicine. It is absolutely the best medicine. We love
I've had a long day like yesterday. Last night I decided to watch Comedy Central.
Oh, did you?
Like at 2 o'clock in the morning, my husband and I went this morning and said, "What were you laughing at?" I said, "Oh, I just had comedy on, and I was just cracking up all by myself because it was a long, stressful day, and I needed to get that out before I went to sleep."
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had one.
That's
I had one of
Mhm.
those stressful days yesterday too. So I just sat and was quiet last night
Mm-hmm.
and just rested. That's what helped me last night. I'm still having problems with my rotator cuff, even though I feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And my rotator cuff is doing a whole lot better. So surgery is not even not even an option. And so instead of knitting last night, because I've had to stop knitting for a little bit, even though I'm so addicted to it, because I want this to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And if it takes 6 months to a year, well, it'll take 6 months to a year, but it needs
You
to
won't
heal.
lose your craft.
No, no. So I knit every so often, but last night I just didn't feel like knitting. I just felt like vegging, just vegging.
Sometimes you need to do that.
That's right. That's right. And sometimes I do that. So we are going to talk about tonight how amazing you are.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think you're amazing? Well, you are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You really are. We're going to give you tips, strategies, and hints on how to find the amazement within you.
Yes.
Because amazement comes within here.
Mhm.
Comes within your soul, in your very inner soul. And finding your passion,
Mm-hmm.
whatever and a lot of people have a lot of different passions. It's just not one.
And some people don't even recognize that their passion, they do things and they just do it out of habit, and they don't realize what a gift it is that they're really passionate about it.
Right.
You know, sometimes people think, "Oh, that, I just do that," you know, but if you find yourself repeatedly doing something, be still for a moment and think, well, how would it feel if I didn't do that? And it's probably, that's what you're passionate about.
Right. Right. I have found that a couple days ago, I got everything done that I needed to get done that day.
Mhm.
And I felt amazing.
Mm.
And it was just simple things, but I got them all done.
Mhm.
All of them. And I thought, man, that is pretty amazing. So it's just sometimes the little things that you find are amazing.
Mhm.
You don't have to go out and conquer the world. You don't.
No.
You can just do everyday things during the day. Cross off your list. You know, I've had people call me and say, "Oh, I'm just not getting anything done," and they're clients of mine,
Mhm.
and I'll say, "Well, how many things do you have on your list?" "Oh, about 25." Well, that's the reason why you're not
That's why
getting
you're not
it
getting
done,
done.
because you
It's
don't want to
overwhelmed.
get overwhelmed.
Mhm.
So I tell them 3 things on your list.
Mm.
Start out with 3 things. You get the 3 things done,
Mhm.
then you can add more onto your list, because that's what's important. You know, the 3 things on your list, and then get to the next 3 things, and then after that get to the next 3 things. So, and that's what comes in within yourself, because you have to realize, why am I not getting things done?
Mhm.
Because you don't want to be overwhelmed. I've been overwhelmed before. I think we all
A
have.
lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Have you been overwhelmed, Judy?
Oh, yes. It always seems to come in cycles, too. It seems like that you have so many things that happen at the same time.
Yeah.
And you're struggling to get them all done, and you know you're not doing them as well as you'd like to be able to do them.
Mm-hmm.
And then once it's all done and it's taken care of, then it's like nothing. And you're like, why couldn't we have spread this out a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I like to just, when there's a whole lot, I just stop. Because if I get really caught up in it, then I find myself just not getting anything done. I'm like touching it, but not doing it. So, you know, my goal when I feel that way is just stop and be still.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and be
And
still.
regroup.
And regroup, because I know that I multitask. I know that I take on a whole lot of different things. And, you know, sometimes I think I'm really great at it, and other times I know I really suck at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have found that if I just take it in minuscule amounts, I can
Mhm.
get a lot more accomplished, which I am really working on now, because I try to get things done when the boys are asleep.
Yeah.
Because you have, you know, if you are watching children, if you're a caregiver and you're watching somebody, the best thing to do is when they are asleep or they're busy doing something is for you to go get something done that you need to get done.
I think too, sometimes things happen that we're not in control of. You know, and that we just have to remember now we don't have control over this.
Yeah.
So just accept that.
And children, definitely, we don't have control of them.
No, we do not.
We do not have control of children. You try, and they will remind you, you are not in control of me.
That's right. But then you have to allow yourself the latitude to grow with that.
Yeah.
And you have to allow yourself the latitude to be resilient and to be, to be able to compromise during the day.
Be flexible.
Be flexible, yeah.
You gotta be flexible.
I mean, today I needed to go pick up Jacob, and I needed to go to the health food store, and my wonderful husband, Zen, drove with me, and Sammy was in the car, and he started screaming. So I had a bottle of milk, and I got in the back. Now, let me tell you, it is a tight squeeze between two car seats.
Yeah.
Okay? And my daughter has said to me before, she says, because one day I crawled into the back, and Jacob says, "You're crawling into the back?" Well, yeah, that's how I'm going to have to get back there, because you're sitting in your seat and I can't get by you. He goes, "Grandma, that is awesome. You crawled in the back." I told my daughter, and she says, "Tight squeeze, Mom, huh?" And I said, "Oh my God, is it a tight squeeze?" So I was sitting back there feeding him. He was quiet then, and then we went to pick up Jacob, and he started screaming again, and I finally got Jacob in the car, and poor Sammy screamed most of the way home, and my husband was driving, but he was wonderful, and I really appreciate him for doing that and for being there.
He knew what he
for
was
me and
supposed
for
to be
helping
doing.
me out.
Staying focused on the road.
That's
keeping
right.
his eyes on the road and not trying to micromanage the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was sort of shaking the car seat a little bit to get Sammy to calm down, and he finally did. But, that was just a hair-raising moment that...
It's amazing, that rocking motion.
I know.
Oh, God, yeah.
I can remember my grandmother rocking all of us.
It's
that's-
amazing.
And my grandchildren are older now. When they are feeling, out of sorts, I still hold them and rock them. And sometimes they're squirming to get away, but just holding them and rocking them. And I've been told that I could put any baby to sleep. Whenever I'm around babies and they're crying and moms can't get them, I take them, and and I just and they you just go.
It's the rhythm.
And it's the
rhythm, and it's the ebb and flow that they feel. Yeah.
And I do the same thing now, even for myself. I self-soothe that way.
Yeah.
I have 2 great rockers in my apartment.
See?
And I
Yes,
just,
she does.
when I feel myself going, I just go sit in one of those rocking chairs,
And she rocks away.
Yeah.
She
I
rocks
have
away.
a rocking chair on my back screen and porch, and that's where I go every morning. That's my morning time, and I love anytime, rain, sun, night. I'll be there tonight when I go home, because I sat there about 10 minutes before I came here, and I was like, I'll be back.
Well, you have found some acronym for amazement. You want to share that with everybody?
Because you told me, tell me today how am I amazing? So I took the letters of amazing.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Okay.
I like that. And the first is I am amazing.
Yes, you are.
I'm amazing. I'm a God woman, and so that first A is amazing. And the M, I'm myself. I don't try to copy anybody. I realize who I am, and I love just being me. The other A, I'm authentic. You find me to be who I am, who I say I am. Not very fake. I don't have a good way of trying to be pretentious in any kind of way. Z, I have a zeal for life. I am inspiring. That's where Josi's inspiration comes from. And nice. People always say I'm nice, so I believe I must be nice. And I'm genuine.
Yes, you are.
So I'm committed to whatever I say I'm committed to. And if I change, I'll let you know that it doesn't work for me anymore.
That's right.
So that's why I'm amazing.
That is awesome. Can you send that to me?
I can.
That's great. That's great, because I would like to put that up on the Facebook page, and I'd like to get it up on my website. I got to talk to Ed about that. So, but when we all have times when we're having a bad day, all of us. We can't be amazing all the time. It just doesn't happen. And a couple weeks ago, I don't know, I was just sitting by myself, and I don't know, I got kind of down on myself. And pick yourself up. When that happens to you, pick yourself up. Don't have a pity party. I had like a 2-second pity party. And pick yourself up, and like they said in that old song, dust yourself off and start all over again. Because you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. You've got to pick yourself up and visualize yourself rising. I always, when I'm down in the dumps, I visualize myself rising all the time. Because that's one way that you can really feel amazing.
And I like that you said, give yourself permission. You know, sometimes I feel like I have to give myself a time where it's okay for me to just be in the dumps, or for me to cry, or for me to be not, you know, the cheery Josi. And I'll say, okay, you know, for 30 minutes, you know, I can stomp my feet, I can whine, I can do whatever by myself. But when that 30 minutes is up, I gotta be done.
Yeah.
You know, I can't carry it over to another day. I'm not an angry person, so it's hard for me to stay in that place. But sometimes you need to have that burst or that emotional release.
Right.
But I give myself a time limit, you know, because you can get stuck. You know, we know people who get stuck in their emotional garbage.
They do. They do. So don't get stuck. That's another tip. Don't get stuck in your emotional garbage.
And if you need somebody else, you know, to help you get out of it, seek help. You know, if you got a friend, if you don't, seek some professional help. You know, because there are too many people going around who have negativity, and, you know, misery loves company.
Right, right. And some people who post things on Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
I feel for you all, who's ever doing it, but
that's
try to find some amazement through it.
Yeah.
Try to get through it. That's what my suggestion is. Try to get through it. It's hard. It's not easy. I've been through a dark period. I've been through several dark periods in my life. I haven't made it to 64 years young, but I have haven't gone through some dark periods. So, you know, pick yourself up. Allow yourself the latitude and give yourself permission to have your pity party. Feel sorry for yourself, whatever it is. But put a time limit on it, like Josi says.
Yeah.
Set your timer. Set your timer. You know?
And then realize this too shall pass.
This
too shall pass. You know, and if there were no challenges, there'd be no celebrations.
Yeah, I just, you know, people say to me, Marilyn, you put such positive things on Facebook. And I do, because we live in such a negative society.
Yeah.
I am so tired of the the negativity that comes out. And I've told my husband that. That's why I don't watch the news. I'll say to him, what's new in the news? Because he watches it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't always go into a lot of detail. But, I mean, yesterday was a sad day for the United States. A really sad day.
Yeah.
And I didn't find out until my husband told me about it. So even though I was having a struggle yesterday, it was okay. And we, you know, today we made a better day. And that's another thing. If you're having a tough day, remember that tomorrow is another day.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Yep. The sun will come out tomorrow. It will. That tomorrow. And it will. It will come out. So do something for you if you're having a rough time.
And if you don't think that if you think your situation is really bad, go somewhere where others are really having a bad time, because there's always someone who has life a little rougher, you know. So
all you have to do is look out.
Yeah.
All you have to do is look outside. If you think that you're having a bad day, just look out, because somebody else is having a worse day than you. And drink some peppermint tea. Sometimes that'll help.
Yep.
Find an herbal tea.
Yep.
Go to a tea shop. Go to a health food store. Find something that is going to make you happy. There are supplements that can help people feel happy. And this is my disclaimer, I don't diagnose, I don't,
treat.
I don't treat. But what I do is I give examples. We give examples of how the best way is to take care of yourself, because I care about you. I want you to change your life today. It's so important to change your life for the better. And if you're going through a rough time today, I'm sorry that you are. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, but tomorrow is going to be another day. And when I went through a bad day yesterday, I looked at it, thank you, because I made it through the day.
Yes.
And when you make it through the day, that is the important thing, you know.
And if you're here to have a challenge, obviously there's something good going on because you're above ground and not 6 feet under.
Right. And the other thing is, your challenges will make you stronger. They will make you stronger because you will learn from them.
I get excited when there's a challenge because I figure if I can make it through the challenge, then there's got to be a blessing on the other side of it.
There has to be.
So if I can just persevere, if I can just, hold on, then on the other side of it, I can look back and say, wow, I made it through that. I can make it through the next one too.
That's right. That's right. So learn from your challenges. Judy and I, for the past year, we have been working on a retreat.
We have been.
Yeah.
We've been working on a retreat. It's almost been exactly a year.
Exactly.
And
we put a lot of thought into it.
We have put a lot of thought into it. And we finally have dates for our retreat, and I wanted to tell you about them. They're October 13th, 14th, and 15th.
All right.
It's a Friday night, all day Saturday, and Sunday morning, and it's at the Hyatt House Richmond West up at Short Pump Mall, which we're also going to have retail therapy up there too for you.
All right.
So,
But
everybody.
You're so focused on the retreat, you're not gonna need retail therapy.
Well, I might need retail therapy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we want to help you find the amazing you, and that's what we want to do. So what are we going to have, Judy?
What we're going to do, and this has been such a great conversation because this whole retreat evolves around exactly everything that you two have been talking about. But the biggest thing we want to accomplish in this retreat is we want to have fun.
Yep.
This isn't going to be one of those heavy, go hash over things and go through it all again. That's not what this is about at all. This is about having fun. I can remember one of the guys I worked with, he was, Greg was so hilarious, but he told me one time we were talking, he goes, if I have to read one more codependency book.
Really?
So after a while, you just have to just say, I'm going to let all that go, and I'm going to focus about where am I right now, and what do I want to create for me right now? What do I want to do now? How do I want to have fun? We've set this up as kind of like a place to create, and we're creating an environment where you feel very safe to create and to try on different things, and just all those things that maybe you always wanted to do but you didn't want to do, and maybe outside influences told you couldn't do or were preventing you from doing. This workshop will give you the opportunity to really focus on that. Think about it, create it, make it look the way you want to look, and to try it on to see if that's, what's going to bring you some happiness. So this workshop is about having fun.
Creating, laughing.
Yes, creating. And we've got some wonderful exercises that are all centered around creating and being who you want to be in this moment now, because life is in stages. I kind of look back when I was a child and growing up, my father was very authoritative, so I didn't have a lot of say about what that stage of my life would be. It was a lot of responsibility. I was raised on a ranch. We had chores, we had work to do, we had school, and I appreciate that because it's given me a real drive to succeed and to excel. Then the next stage was, I think I just didn't make some good choices. I just kind of went along with my life. I wasn't really tuned into my life and making decisions about it. So that was a stage of my life. And then the next stage is when I started evolving and deciding about, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? What are the things I want to try on? And now in this stage, it's like being more confident about what I want to do and things that are fun that I like to do. And I think from this workshop, that's the other thing that we're going to be creating is confidence for people to be able to do what you really want to do. You're going to do a check-in. You're going to say, okay, this stage of my life, doesn't matter what stage you're in, but this stage of my life, am I happy?
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing the things that I really want to do, that I have a passion for, that you were talking about? Because sometimes I think we do get in the dumps. And we're thinking about, okay, am I where I want to be? Am I happy? Am I doing things I want to do? Or like for me, I came in to this stage saying, I'm bored and I have no idea what I want to do now. And so this retreat has been such a wonderful inspiration and a passion for me, because it is creating an opportunity for me to help others.
While
and
you discover.
that's really the key to when you get down in the dumps or you're feeling down. I think you have to have that moment, like you're saying, to honor those feelings. But then, like you were saying, going and finding other people that are struggling even more so than yourself. And the thing about Facebook and the words that you put out there, words are so powerful.
Yes.
They are. They're very powerful.
And we can see results from it every day in the news, like you're talking about that.
Yeah.
Negative words really affect people. And if we want to, if we're down in the dumps or we're feeling angry, I think I see a lot of anger. If you see anger out there, is to search and find those words that can inspire people and to create an environment there where we can be together and unite together and find a solution rather than just to sit and be angry.
Right.
And so I think that's kind of what this workshop, this retreat is going to be all about. It's going to be about having fun.
Having fun, and Judy and I really like to have fun.
We do.
So how do people register?
They can look on our website, and which
that
is
went live.
our live website, which is Creating the Amazing You, and they can go to retreat.
Really, what they need to do is just go to our website at www.creatingtheamazingyou.com.
Yeah.
And there is a page that's on there that gives you all the information that you need.
And you can contact either one of us, because I'm getting ready to put a PayPal button on there. You know, but our website just went live on Sunday, and Judy had worked diligently for quite a while to get it done. We wanted to get it on the 1st, and it didn't happen.
Right.
And I was sending.
This is good timing.
It is
4 months away.
Exactly. And I was sending her links, and I was sending her YouTube videos, and I was doing all this research to try to help her out, and we worked on it together. I mean, she did the back of the house thing, but we worked on it together. And so just look at our page. We've got a lot more of tweaking that we want to do. If you have any suggestions on how to make our website a little greater, we're just glad we got it up.
I think it's beautiful.
Oh, do you like it?
I really do. I looked at it when we were on the phone the other day. I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job. It has a professional feel about it. It feels very personal too.
Good. Well, she did the logo too, and we went out to a week or so ago. We went to Louis Ginter, and we took pictures in the butterfly pavilion, and we took a lot of butterfly pictures, and we just had a really good time at Louis Ginter. It was a lot of fun.
It's beautiful there.
It is, and I'm glad we didn't go this past weekend because it was hotter than Hades. So we went on a good day. But Judy also, she's an executive assistant with C-level executives. So she works in a very high, stressful job during the day.
C-level executives?
CEOs and CFOs and vice presidents. She works with what I call the big wigs.
The golf coursers.
Yeah.
They do play golf, but I like to play golf too.
So she has a stressful job during the week at times, and sometimes I'll text her and say, can we talk tonight? No, I've had such a bad day, so we don't talk. And that's fine, because I honor that, and I totally understand that, because she's called me before, texted me before, and said, I can't talk tonight. It just is just not happening. And
we have to honor ourselves and find the space.
Our friends, and recognize the space and honor each other. So Judy does work on a high level.
I do, and again, like I said, it's cyclical. There are times it seems like when everything is happening at the same time, and that multitasking that you're talking about, where you're just going and constantly all day long, so that when you finally get off, it's like, oh, decompress. And the rocking chair comes out, and I sit in that rocking chair and just kind of decompress.
Yeah.
That self-soothing works.
Yeah, but when Judy and I decided to do this, like I said, she's the one I laugh with the most. Out of all my friends, I don't have a lot of close friends. Judy and you are close friends, but Judy and I mean, we get to laughing and we just can't stop. It's amazing. And it's so freeing. It is so freeing. And I realized when we were just getting along so well, and we've always gotten along well, that it was maybe time to really start doing something together, and seeing if we could help other women find the amazement inside of them.
Exactly.
So, like I said, this has been a year in progress, and it's very affordable, which is really good. So look on our website, because it is definitely affordable.
Okay.
And we hope
save
that,
the date.
and
Save the date.
Save the date, October 13th, 14th, and 15th.
That's 4 months.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
Just
right.
imagine, we just kicked off summer, and in 4 months we'll be back in the fall.
That's right. That's right. We just kicked
You
off
better
summer.
enjoy the summer. It's going to be flying fast.
That's right. But, Judy's and my goal is to help people propel themselves into realizing the positive things that they can learn, and the positive aspects and energy that is inside them, and to turn any negative woes or whatever into positive, the positiveness of what's going on with their lives.
And I can just give you an example. This is like such a small, it's like breaking it down into something very simple, so it gives you an idea. But I have freckly skin. That's a new word I learned, freckly. And I have always hated my freckles. As a child, I was made fun of, and I remember all the guys at school teasing me. And I remember in biology class, one of the boys saying, well, how come some people have freckles all over? And it was just so embarrassing. And so I've never worn a dress where I didn't wear hose because of my freckly legs. And I thought about it for a long time, and I thought, you know what? That doesn't have anything to do with me.
No.
It doesn't.
It
And
doesn't
so
define
I
you at
am
all.
wearing a dress with no hose on, and my freckly skin
Beautiful.
is on
Way to go,
display.
Judy.
And the thing is about how you carry it on.
Yeah.
Because I've worn this to work, I walk in with confidence. It's the whole thing is confidence.
It's inside
How
out.
you
Yeah.
portray yourself is how people perceive you. And so I walk in sassy and with confidence, and nobody thinks anything about
No.
my freckly skin.
But we do that a lot. We put on ourselves what we think other people are thinking, and most of the time people really aren't thinking about us at all.
Exactly.
And it took me a while to realize that, and and then I adopted this phrase that what people think of me is really none of my business, because then that helped me not make my opinion of myself based on what I thought other people thought of me. Because as long as we think that we got to change, we change ourselves. Oh, that person wants this of me. Let me be like that, or let me be like that, and there's no authenticity to that.
Exactly.
But if you're going to be like that, then you are also trying to please other people.
Yeah.
Don't try to please other people.
Yeah, I was a people pleaser for, I'd say, the bulk of my life until my cancer diagnosis. And I learned that I had to love myself, and how I treated myself taught others how to treat me. And it wasn't until I got to that point that I could say, you know what, other people's opinions don't dictate who I am, and I can't, and it doesn't mean that I don't care what people think. It just means that I'm not going to constantly change back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Because as long as people think that they can do that, they will. They'll jerk you around.
Exactly. And if you're happy, why should you change?
Yeah. So I find happiness in my imperfections.
Exactly.
We're all imperfect.
Yeah, there are no perfect people
There's
on this
no.
earth.
If we were, we'd walk on water.
Thank you. And he's not down here walking.
That's right.
He's in us, but he is not telling us that we have to be that infallible person.
we want people when they sign up for when they come to our retreat, we want them to leave their fears and their lack of self-confidence and all that. We want them to leave that at the door.
Exactly.
Because as Yamaja Jubilee would say, there is no box. And I want people to realize there is no box. If you have a box that you're trying to walk out of, that is a self-imposed box. That is something that you are putting around yourself. So get rid of the box, because my friend Yamaja says there is no box. And remember that. There's no box.
So when people come in, and they because people aren't going to necessarily be able to leave it before they get there. So they're going to come in with that. So the goal is by the time they leave,
it's gone.
It's gone. First step, recognizing that it exists, because a lot of people don't even realize it exists.
That's right. And they'll say, who, me? I don't have that problem.
A lot of self-exploration is going to go on. It's a good point that you're making, is that people know, they just, like me, I knew I was bored, and I didn't know what the next thing is that I wanted to do. And so that's what this workshop is really all about, is that, where are you? Do that self-exploration, do that internal check. Are you happy? If you're not happy, what would happiness look like for you, and let's create it. It's not, and again, this is about having fun. It's not about dwelling on being unhappy or what's causing that unhappiness. It's just knowing,
acknowledging that there is something that's there, and now I'm ready to do something about it.
Exactly.
Right.
And creating whatever that is, however it looks like, and being in that safe environment to explore all those different things that could be possibilities for you. And I think too, also being in a community like that where we can support each other. Because I think sometimes the energy that you can get in when women are together and they're supporting each other is amazing.
It is. That's amazing. Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
And when we're,
That's
we're such nurturers, and we really encourage each other, and we're there for each other. And when you can get everybody in that environment together, and any negative outside influences aren't there, and you can have such, great camaraderie and, encouraging and opening up other things that maybe you weren't even thinking about for yourself. But then
and realizing
would
that
say,
you're not the
"What
only
about
one
this?"
that feels that way.
Exactly.
I think that helps so much, because sometimes we get in that place and we think that we're the only ones that have experienced something, or the only ones that feel a certain way.
Yes.
And then you get among other women and you see, I'm not so bad at all after all.
Exactly.
Other people have that same experience or feeling or hurt or pain, and look at how they're moving past it. I can do that.
Exactly.
And
I
it's
like
just
that.
to give them confidence, to make them realize that there's other people that share the same feelings that they do. So that's
I'm
what
excited about it. I can't wait. I'm going to come.
I am so glad.
you're coming.
We're so glad you're
I'm
coming.
I've already marked it on my calendar.
Oh, that's
that's
great.
wonderful.
That's great. Well, bring some of your friends too.
I sure will. I'm going to start rounding up some people.
That would be great. It's going to be a great weekend. It really is. And it's going to be...
And I love the Hyatt. I love the location. I mean,
it's a good
I've done
location.
parties there. I've had a birthday there a couple of times. Rooftop pool. It's pretty cool.
So they have a rooftop pool?
They
I
have a
didn't even
rooftop
know
pool.
that. I didn't even know that.
Oh, a great place to go.
That's good to know. That's good to know. They also have rooms that we have a block of rooms. Yeah. And so if you are making a reservation at the Hyatt House, it's 11800 West Broad Street, Short Pump. Just look on our website. I think we have that on there. I'm
We
pretty
do.
sure we do.
All that information is
All
there.
that information is on there, and if it's not, email us or give us a call. And
You just go all the way around behind the mall next to Dick's.
Right.
Back in the back by Dick's.
Before you get to
Sporting
Dick's.
goods.
depending on which way you go.
Yeah.
So, but
That's that retail therapy you were talking about. You wanted to go to sporting goods.
I was thinking about the food retail therapy.
actually, I was
Eating
thinking
therapy.
of oil and vinegar. That's what I was thinking. No, if I have to try clothes on, and for me, I have to really be in the mood for it. really.
I just go buy
more.
clothes, take them home, try on. If it doesn't work, I take it back.
See, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not one to take them back. I just don't want to take the time to have to go back again and do it again. You know.
Mhm.
So I will try them on there and make my decision, and then I'll buy what I want or what I need, and I'll come home. So that's what I do, because I just don't want to go back and forth, back and forth. I never was one that did
if I
that.
go back and forth, I keep buying.
Yeah.
And I keep buying.
And then
make it
that's
a
not
mission.
retail therapy.
Yeah.
That's not total retail therapy. So, but that's why that's why we're hosting this retreat. That's why Judy and I are hosting this retreat. It's going to be a fabulous retreat. Like I said, Judy and I have been working on this for over a year, and it's finally coming to fruition.
It is.
Finally.
I'm so excited.
Judy made the logo, and she's very artistic, and she put our butterfly logo together, and I'm just really excited about it. I think it's beautiful with the way it modulates.
Yeah.
Just the way it
The
modulates.
transformation.
Right, because it will be a transformation for you. And if you are ready for the transformation, we would love to have anybody who's ready for the transformation, because it is so important to delve into your inner self, into your inner being, and begin anew. Begin anew. Because in October it's going to be fall. It's going to be fall, and it's time. It'll be time then to decide what you want to do and turn over a new leaf.
Yeah.
Turn over a new leaf.
Fourth
And
quarter.
I think
That's right.
One of my most dearest mentors, what she said to me was so powerful. She said, "You are the author of your life."
Oh yeah.
And that's words that I really hold dear and close to me, because we are the author of our life. So
Sometimes it takes us a while to figure that out, though, because when we grow up, we learn people pleasing by trying to please our parents.
right.
You know, and it takes a while. We start to please our parents. We try to please our teachers, our significant others, and then somewhere about this midlife, we'll be like, "The heck with that."
It's my
I'm going to be
turn.
happy.
It's
for
my
me.
turn. Yeah, it's my turn. It is definitely my turn. You know, somebody, a friend of mine on Facebook, she was talking to somebody else, and this person said, "You are a miracle." And that is something that has really held true to me, because we are all miracles. All of us. And we do miraculous things every day.
Yeah.
Things that we never thought we could do. Simple things. Difficult things. Physical things, like trying to get from the front seat to the back seat of my car.
Wedge yourself in between car seats.
Really, it is. My daughter said it's a tight squeeze. You're darn right, it's a tight squeeze. It really is. And then try to get back out. That's the trick, getting back out once you get in.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how powerful those little babies are?
Very
Once
powerful.
they start crying, boy, we hop.
Very powerful. Very powerful. And Jacob has this little car that he likes to ride around the house. Well, today I put Sammy on the little car, and Sammy was riding the little car, pushing his feet on the floor, riding the little,
Sammy,
and you should have seen the look on Jacob's face. He's on my car.
That's it.
He's on my car.
I knew it.
And I said, "What did you always tell me? Sharing is caring, Grandma."
No, I
That's
like
right.
that.
That's what he says.
Sharing.
He came one day, and I don't know who told him that, but he says, "Grandma, sharing is caring."
Oh.
Isn't that sweet?
I have to teach this to my grandchildren.
Yes, sharing is caring. So remember that, friends. Sharing is caring out in Facebook land. Sharing is caring. So if you care about whoever you need to share with, remember, it's caring.
Exactly.
It's so
Positive
caring.
stuff.
Right, right. Well, I want to take a little break today to thank Josi for being one of our sponsors right now with Josi's Inspirations. Tell us a little bit about Josi's Inspiration. You can do your own commercial. What a deal.
So, one of the things that I did years ago, I like acronyms.
Yep.
So I made an acronym out of Josi, and I wrote, "It's Journey of a Spirit Inspired." And so one of the things that's really important to me is inspiring others. I'm in business, I coach, I have teams in all of my businesses, and one of the things that I knew when I left a corporate environment, I did not want to be a boss. I want people to want to succeed. And so when I got into business, after I got over the resistance of considering myself a leader, because I called myself a reluctant leader for a long time because I thought that would justify if I wasn't a good leader. But I realized that my goal wasn't to lead or motivate, but my goal is to inspire. So Josi's inspiration about inspiring others to find success in their lives by teaching them to love themselves, to care for themselves. And so a couple of years ago, my son and my daughter-in-law helped create my brand, my JosiHopkins.com website, which I'm still working on. And 3 weeks ago, I incorporated myself. So I'm incorporated now as Josi's Inspiration. And that's to pull together my Damsel in Defense business, my Soul Purpose Longevity business, my coaching, my speaking, and anything else that inspires me. Because I know that I can't just be locked down or defined by any one thing. Right. As women, we are multifaceted. And I'm a Gemini. I will be 60-something on Saturday. I think I'll be 63 on Saturday. So, yeah, thank you. And they say Geminis are multiple personalities, but I believe as women, we just have a lot to offer. And so I want to inspire others to find what brings success in your life, or what brings happiness in your life. So that's what Josi's Inspiration is. And then I guess in 2008, I launched my blog talk radio show, Josi's Inspiration. And I did that from 2008 until 2011, when the grandchildren were with me most of the day. And it was hard to do that. And I just relaunched last week.
Yes, you did.
So I had it went really, really well. I had one of my god sisters, one of my spiritual sisters, Dr. Marilyn Turner, and who's known as Dr. V, was on. And this week I've got my accountability partner who's going to be on with me, and then I've got another one of my spiritual friends on, and then I'm going to have Marilyn on coming up in July at some point when we can get on your calendar. And so I love to inspire. I love conversation. I love learning from other people. And that's what Josi's Inspiration is about. It's about inspiring and being inspired.
Right. And we all want to be inspired.
Yeah.
By Josi and by Judy and by me. We want to inspire
right.
and enlighten you on the fact that you can do it. You can be a leader. You can develop the self-confidence and the self-esteem that you desire, that you need, that you really feel that you want. And
you can do it your way. It doesn't have to be,
right.
Leadership does not have to be the traditional way that you see it in some corporate environment. You know, you lead by example. You lead by just living your life out loud. By
live out loud. That's right. Living out loud.
And don't be afraid. I was texting my son and my daughter on Tuesday when I relaunched my show, which is Tuesdays at 11 on Blog Talk Radio.
11
a.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard. And you can go out, you can check all the shows from 2008. They're still there. That was the amazing thing, that everything I did from 2008 until 2011 is still on blogtalkradio.com/Josi, Josi. But, I was texting them, I'm like, I'm so nervous. And they're like, what are you nervous for? And I was like, every time you do something new or something that you're really excited about, you get those little butterflies, and then once you start, because Marilyn, you had to feel that when you started with
oh my goodness,
Marilyn. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was and I wasn't feeling good that day because I had a cold. So yeah, I can relate. I can relate.
So you get those butterflies, and but it's good because that's the adrenaline pumping to say, get going, and it feels good. And then when it was done, I mean, we actually went over. I haven't listened back, but we went over the 30 minutes because we were just in the flow.
Yeah, and Judy and I are another sponsor for the show tonight, Creating the Amazing You.
Yes.
We are sponsoring. So, like we said, we're doing a retreat. And we hope that if you have any questions, please get in touch with us. Look at our website. And, I'm really excited about it. Judy's excited about it. It's 4 months away. Josie's getting excited about it.
I'm excited about it.
And it's to find your amazement. That's what we want. We want everybody.
I love to be around positive women.
Yes.
And that's so important. And, I think that when people, especially women, when there's negativity, there's a lack of self-love.
There is.
I agree.
Because when people love themselves, they can't hate on anybody else.
No, they can't.
And when people realize that they're amazing, they see amazement in everybody else. It's not a competition.
And when you feel amazement and when you are amazing, you will project that to other people. And they'll pick up on it. It's contagious. Just like laughter is contagious. It is. Just like yawning. It's contagious.
Yep.
And I have a friend who lives up in South Dakota. She has written a book. Her name is Jo Hausman. She's written a book. It's called Perseverance. And I've known Jo for quite a while, and we've never really met, but we FaceTime and we've done Google Hangout and stuff. I'd been on her radio show a couple weeks ago. I was on her radio show. She has a radio show on Voice America.
Okay.
And on Tuesday mornings at 8 o'clock in the morning, her time, 9 o'clock our time. So it was good that I didn't have to get up real early that day. But anyhow, she's written a book called Go For It, Perseverance. If you really need to find the need to get motivated, because we are here to also motivate you. Change your life, motivate you, get you going. This book might be a book that you would like to have in your library to get yourself motivated. She has some great chapters in here. How to weather different challenges. And we all have challenges during the day, all of us. And that's how we learn. That's how we grow, from getting through the challenges and working through the challenges. Zen, my husband, he has the greatest solutions for some of the issues that I have. And a lot of times I will go to him and say, I've got this issue, can you help me with it? And he does. He always has a better solution. A better solution. And I feel very blessed about that. So on the back it says, step into the pages of the story of Jo Hausman's Perseverance. And I'm not going to give anybody the lowdown or anything, but this book is definitely worth a read. So Jo, if you're out there, or Liz Goodman, if you're out there with your mom, tell Jo about this, that we're talking about her book, and I hope everybody can get this book. It is on Amazon. You can find it. It's about $9.
Okay.
It's very economical. It's a good book.
Perseverance is so important because you're always going to encounter obstacles.
Right.
Always. They're just going to come up. So
it's a daily thing.
You got to have the perseverance to keep working through them.
It's a daily thing.
To your happiness.
You have to keep persevering.
Yeah.
You have to find a way. If this avenue doesn't work, go this way.
There's always options.
There's always options.
Don't get your head up against a brick wall.
No.
Trying to knock it over.
You'll get a headache doing that too, so you don't want to do that.
Yes.
But, like I said, my husband always has really good solutions. And sometimes they're really easy, and I'm thinking, why didn't I think about that? No, because I needed to go to him to find out.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I have a problem with my internet or computer or the printer, all I have to do is have him sit next to me, and I can figure it out.
Yeah.
He just gives, it's just his presence, it's just his energy and the connection. So if you have somebody like that, a spouse, significant other, a child, a friend, go to them and see how, because they will inspire you. They will really inspire you.
My husband does it for me, especially in my office at home, because sometimes I'll go in and I will take things apart, and I'll go in and to clean it up, and I'm in the middle of it, and he says, take everything that is on the floor and put it in the hall, and then start with a clean floor.
That sounds like a winner.
So right now I've got stuff in the hall.
Be careful walking home, everybody, in her hall.
I heard him last night stump his toe. He went, ouch. I was like, ooh, I gotta move stuff this weekend.
I remember when my daughter was my oldest, and this was a very long time ago. She said to me a couple days ago, she says, Mom, It's been 20 years since I graduated from high school. 20 years.
It goes so fast.
Oh my gosh, it goes fast. And I remember when she was packing for college, and she came out of her bedroom and she goes, "Mom, I don't know how to pack. I don't know how to pack." And I said, "Okay, I'll come upstairs, and you start out with underwear. Then you go to, your blouses, and then your pants. You do it in categories." So my daughter has a lot of shoes. I love my daughter. But she's got more shoes than Imelda Marcos. And she said to me one day, she says, "Mom, I think I have 15 pairs of black shoes." And I looked at her and said, "Tiffany, I don't even think I have 15 pairs of shoes." But anyhow, she wanted to take a bunch of her shoes to college. And she had this big laundry basket of shoes, and it was piled up high. And I said, "You've got to take some of those shoes out. You can't possibly. You've got half of a room in a dormitory."
Just the shoes.
Just for shoes. And so I said, "You have to take 6 pair out." So I remember she took 6 pair out. She put 3 pair in. I gave up. It's time for them to learn, and sometimes with kids you have to just let them.
Yeah,
they have to make their mistakes.
Make their own decision.
I mean, the greatest thing for us as parents is to see them be able to grow and mature with our hands off.
Right.
Once we have given them the tools, we have to give them the opportunity to try to use the tools, figure out which tool work, make a mistake, and try it again instead of trying to micromanage them.
Right. Absolutely. Let them learn. Let them fall so they can pick themselves up.
Let them learn so we can see it while we're here.
Right.
Because, I have a friend who, is so intent on trying to run her children's lives. And I'm like, but when you're gone, they won't know what to do.
Exactly.
They will grieve you because they are lost. I don't want that. I love seeing my children learn, pick themselves up, have their failures, and ask them, let me know if there's something I can do.
Right. Because when you fail, you will find a way to succeed. That is another step towards success.
Failures are That's where I've learned the most. Is from my failures.
That's right.
Most
and that's what I've learned the most. Like when we were working on the website.
Exactly. And that's where perseverance came in.
Oh my gosh. Perseverance. I mean, I thought about Joe when we were doing the website, and we just kept on persevering.
We did.
We persevered and kept persevering.
We were so proud of ourselves.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Were we proud of ourselves? You would have thought we gave birth.
You did. You did. Technology. When you have success with technology, that's like giving birth.
It is. It is. Because I was sitting right here in this very chair, and I looked at it and said, "Oh my God, Judy, we're really live."
We're live.
And we both started screaming, and my husband's sitting over there like, "What is going on?" Okay. I mean, he has the patience of Job. He really is. He's just wonderful. Just wonderful. So I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you, Josi, for being with me again.
Thank you, Marilyn, for having me.
And have a very happy birthday weekend.
I am.
Happy Father's Day to everybody.
Yes.
My father is not with us anymore. He's watching from heaven.
Yeah.
I think all of our fathers are watching from heaven.
Yeah.
So,
are we daddy's girls? I'm a daddy's girl.
No, I was not a daddy's girl. I'm a
daddy's
mama's girl. I was a mama's girl. So,
I was the middle child.
Yeah.
I'm an only child.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah.
She's from a family of like 6.
6.
I have 2
Right.
sisters, so
Okay.
there's 3 of us. So
was
yeah.
me.
And thank you so much, Judy, for joining us today
Thank you
and
for having me.
enlightening all of us about the amazing you and how we can absolutely be totally amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing,
yes.
amazing. And I am so looking forward to people getting in contact with us, Judy, about our website, and I'll be putting more information out on Facebook and out on the other social media that I have. And Judy, lift your cup because we just cheers, and
Yes.
you've got this, everybody.
Yes.
And have a great day, and remember, change your life today.
Today.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.